because we had him on the farm and he was getting an egg and it flapped and hit him on the thumb and almost broke his thumb.
A duck.
Duck. Actually, there's a goose that did it, but the ducks can do it too.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of stimulating conversation we have going between. We're talking
duck talk.
We're talking ducks.
You thought we only talked about DJ stuff.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about Shani saving ducks. Shani is the naturalist in the crowd. She's out saving the ducks, whilst the rest of us were thinking, how could we cook that with an orange sauce? And
we're gonna have to get her a Ducks Unlimited hat.
I'll wear it. I'll straight up wear it.
I feel like going to get my shirt now. It says "What the Duck."
Follow my story on Snapchat.
Yeah, we'll be sponsored by Ducks Unlimited.
Oh, funny. All right, tonight we've got some stories, some things we want to talk a little bit about. There's some things that were in the news this past week, and we're going to dig into some of those. And yeah, we got a couple, kind of a new feature that was released today with Virtual DJ, and we're going to demonstrate that tonight if everything works out, because a lot of you might not have heard about that ability. So, shoot, Dan, I was going to bring that wire. And
you didn't bring it, did you?
I did not bring it. So we're going to do. I've got my second wire here, and we're going to talk. We'll go with this one because it does about the same thing.
It works.
Yeah. So, anyway, let's start talking. Let's start the Facebook Live. Some of you are watching this show on Facebook Live. Have any of you? And what I was going to talk about this before, but then later today I got an article from KC from Chicago. KC wrote about Facebook Live, and this is going to be in the August issue of the Disc Jockey News. But he had some great pointers for those people who are wanting to use Facebook Live. But he's also pointing out some of the things we're about to talk about that are some of the negative things we've seen with Facebook Live. What are some things you guys have seen that just make the hair on the back of your neck kind of just stand up? Of course, Shani probably doesn't have the hair on the back of the neck like we do.
I hope not.
I don't either, but that's another story.
Dan, what are some things? You've seen some people using Facebook Live from the DJ world. What have you seen that's just like, dude?
Well, and I saw this. I saw it kind of twofold here on the same post. I personally have a problem with somebody who's doing it from a wedding, for the sole purpose of just. I decided I'm going to put it on my fan page. A buddy of mine did that this past weekend, and he did it before, like kind of an intro. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Nobody's there yet. You're showing where you're at. You're showing the place around. Got it. Later on, the party's going on, and I'm going. I just kind of personally, for me, that's a big. I think a no. Like, be in the moment, do what you're doing. Stay off of Facebook, stay off of that kind of thing. And be gone with it. And so that was one of the things that just kind of from the DJ world that just cringed me. And then the other things where there's just ridiculous people. I'm like, get off your phones, live your lives. Like, you don't have to post everything on. And I joked with a buddy of mine today also. He was doing it from an amusement park today where he was just randomly videotaping the merry-go-round. And I'm like, great. Why? Like, off your phone, try and catch the brass ring, enjoy it. And that's just my personal. I know people are going to be like, no, watch it. It's fun.
Dan is really old. Yes, he is. Brass ring.
Oh.
No, they actually do that at ours.
Yeah, that was something I think our grandparents, when they would go courting, they'd go out to the
courting.
But yeah, I agree with you, Dan. I've seen some people who are doing the Facebook Live with the dance. I hadn't seen anyone do the pre, and I think that pre idea would be pretty cool because you're not in essence performing entertaining at that time. But I've seen some from the gig, and it's like, what? Why? This is a private event most of the time. Shani, you do some different type of events now, not beyond weddings and such. Have you found a time where you've thought that something like a Facebook Live stream would be appropriate, or is it like taboo?
Well, here's the thing. It's funny that you say that. This past weekend, we did the big house party in Chicago. That was the 12-hour event that was promoted all over the place, where it was 60 DJs, 6 stages, 12-hour events. People paid a pretty penny to get in. And there were some incredible founders of house music that were DJing. And when I went in one room before I had a DJ, I looked to the whole front of the stage, and everybody, the whole back of the the place, everybody's just dancing, sweating, dancing, having fun. The whole front of the place had their phones up and are doing this and are looking around, and I looked and they're all doing Facebook Live. And I'm thinking to myself, you paid all this money to get in, to enjoy this house music and feel it and be in the same room with these incredible DJs. Enjoy yourself. And I see it at concerts too. The Beyonce concert was here like 2 weeks ago. If I saw one more Facebook Live post, from the Beyonce concert, I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't have to pay to see the concert because I'm seeing it all over the place. But if I was that person, I would want to watch the concert. And I know I saw it at Mobile Beat. I mean, Facebook Live really wasn't that big. I don't even know if it was around when Mobile Beat happened, or if it was just starting. But it was the same thing with taking pictures or just taking normal video. When Red Foo was performing, the whole front of the stage at Mobile Beat just had their phones up, and they weren't living in the moment and having fun. So as a spectator, I hate seeing that.
Yeah.
Now, if people are using it for business, that's different. If they're, showing a setup or a DJ, from Europe that wants everybody else to see what they're spinning, to me, that's different. And they're showing something. But to pay money to go somewhere, and then the whole time you're on your phone and you're doing that whole pan, and this is the crowd, and look, there's Beyonce in the back, and I'm here. I just think, live in the moment. But at our corporate stuff, they definitely would not do Facebook Live because they wouldn't want to put that. Maybe in their private rooms, they would maybe want to do something like that. But we do like live Twitter feeds for them, and we do, hashtags and stuff like that, so they see on a screen of things going on in pictures. But I personally have not got into it. I didn't do my jelly bean thing, MJ, yet. I didn't sit there and eat jelly beans or do anything like that to test it out. But I want people to just live in the moment if they're a spectator. But I've been saying that, people will always take the pictures and they want, and I do it too. I'll take a picture, but I still will enjoy myself. But I could see it for businesses. I know people want to show this is our setup. This is what we're doing at a party. But then again, for me, that's that fine line of crossing. Like, why are you filming a party? Like, I don't let prospective clients come to my events.
Yeah.
So now you're showing everybody on Facebook, did that client clear it and say, it's okay for you to go Facebook Live and have all my guests on here and my party on here? And there's that fine line too of that kind of thing. So I don't know.
I also the whole purpose of the live aspect, I just kind of also wonder, like when we talk about, it's okay when we're showing setups and that, why not record it with video and post it? And I guess maybe that's just my thought of the two. My thought is live, there's the interaction aspect, there's the other piece aspect to it. So record it and upload it. Unless you're wanting that interaction, and then that's a different piece too. But yeah.
MJ, what are you seeing in the clubs in Pittsburgh?
First, I would like to say I'm the oldest person here, but yet I have the youngest mindset of all of you combined. Because I don't see a problem with it at all. To me, it's all about sharing your life with other people. It's not about, because I always say it this way, if I'm there and I post something, I am now sharing this with all of my friends. So my party just got that much bigger. So I look at it that way, and that's what they look at it at. And somebody made in the chat also about, being seen and being known for being there. It's back to that whole mentality of, like I said a few weeks ago, where Andy Warhol said in the future, everybody will be famous for 15 minutes. But no, I think everybody in the future where we're at now is his future will be famous to 15 people. So that's what it's about. They have 15 followers that don't go to concerts. And to them, it's like, oh my gosh, and you're at the concert. That's so awesome. So it's normal to me. It's okay to me. It's life. When I was younger, my dad took pictures constantly. Get out of the way, Dad. Stop taking pictures of us. It's the same thing. It's just a different time and different things. So I'm cool with it, whatever, because to me, that's free advertising. Now, the corporate private event, that's different. That's something, unless they work there, I wouldn't be doing that, But anything else, I'm cool with it. It's like I said, it's free advertising for me. But I did have a guy tell me this week, again, one of these people I tell you that do live, Cheney, the jelly bean people. He was doing, him and his daughter were doing live feed at a wedding reception. You know, he was DJing it and his daughter helps out, and their video got cut off. They wouldn't let them, they shut their broadcast down. He said they did, but it's the first person I've ever heard that.
The client shut their broadcast down?
Facebook shut them down. And
Facebook shut them down.
Yeah, he said he thought it was because of the music, you know, being played, being recognized as a copyrighted music, but I doubt that. But
I doubt it highly. Yeah, Facebook isn't that way, or hasn't. They
just forgot how to run a. He's probably listening right now because we were talking earlier. So
yeah,
no, it's not that I would.
It is possible. I mean, an internet glitch can definitely seem like it was shut down. There's no question about it.
But
So.
like I said, it's a part of life now. You know, everybody uses phones. Everybody talks on phones. I was alive before phones, and people still didn't talk that much. They had a paper in front of them or a book or whatever.
I mean, think about the woman with the Chewbacca face that became an internet sensation because of Facebook Live, and then went on Ellen, and then met J.J. Abrams, and ended up going to Facebook because of as many views as she got. You know, so it was like something like that. I mean, yeah, I didn't watch it live, but yeah, I watched that because it was a social media sensation. It was funny. But I guess my whole thing more is like the DJs personally doing it at their events. And I'm not saying like club stuff. The private events, that kind of for me it's that fine line. Like, did you clear it with your clients that you can do something like this?
I'm going to guess for the weddings, it would be the same way. Wouldn't you want to clear it with the bride and groom?
Right. Well, that's like private events to me, weddings, you know, all types of those type of mobile, I guess I should say mobile events.
I see the advantage to using it when you have, like when you cleared it with them, when you have, you know, they have guests that haven't been able to travel and can't be there. And so virtually they're going to be there for it. Yeah, obviously that's a great advantage. And if you can offer that to them, that's an even better selling point. But yeah, it just seems weird to just, I'm going to record this now and throw it up. And
part of it, like you said about recording it, keep in mind that is doing it live. It saves you a step. You know what I mean? So you're recording it and it's immediately going up and you don't have to then post it. It's live. So that could be a reason there. Laziness.
David mentioned that he's been broadcasting his Saturday night residency on Ustream for months. David, what kind of numbers have you, if you've done Facebook Live, do you have different numbers as far as what you were getting on Ustream compared to what you've been seeing on Facebook Live?
I would just like to say that Curve, David, DJ Curve is from Pittsburgh. Represent.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just because you guys won the cup yesterday. Oh.
Big whoop. I'm not.
So the rest of the show is going to be the John and Shaney show while these two guys.
I didn't even got my Buccos hat on tonight.
That's right. My eyes on the TV watching the Golden State game right now. I'm like this right now, so I'm trying to figure.
But yeah, Dave, tell us what you've gotten with that. Like I haven't done a lot. I know some people that have here and there, but I said the numbers are different. He says,
yeah.
But it's an interesting thing, you know. I mean, you look at everything else we had, you know, when they started Twitter, and who wants to talk to someone immediately? You know, why would somebody want to do that? Why would someone need a Facebook page? I freaking remember people saying, well, what do you need a beeper for? You know, can't you just call somebody? You know, so there's always those people that just don't want to see anything different.
I had the two-way pager. I was cool.
Whoa.
There you go.
Wow. I thought it was cool when the phone could be taken and it wasn't connected by that wire. And my parents were like, why do you need a cordless phone? You just go sit over there by the desk and you can talk all you want.
My grandmother had a little chair next to her door that had this little, like, it was like a school desk that the phone sat on it. You sat there and the phone book went underneath there, and it was just, the furniture was designed to sit down and talk.
Then they got the long extended cord that you could plug in. So people got excited that in the kitchen they could like
stretch.
Get the stretch cord.
I always tell people things have reversed. Again, looking at the changes about the phones and stuff like that, we used to have our TVs were wireless and our phones were wired. Now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I am young Dancing Tunes. I'm like 22 on the left side of my body. So I just want to let you know that.
No, bag phone. Yes, I actually did have a bag phone, but I'm talking the old one. Okay.
This is me trying not to comment.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Why is my CPU so high?
It's okay.
The computer's saying it's maxing itself out here tonight. I don't know why it's running so hot. Must be all of that topic that
that is very much going to transition us into another one of our topics tonight, isn't it?
And which ones? What are we up to next?
The heat thing. Since you were talking about heat, I thought it would be a perfect transition.
Okay, good deal. We're going to go to that. We've got a couple of sponsors. We're going to run those up quick right here, and we'll be right back to talk about heat affecting. Because I actually did some research on this one, so I got some cool information right from Apple today. We'll be right back.
No pun intended.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Top Hits USA from RPM. Our name says it all. Get the latest hits while they're the hottest. With Top Hits USA, you'll have the track for sure. Visit tophitsusa.com or call 800-521-2537 and get a free demo.
Like distorted and everything.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you're just picking it off of a nearby
But
computer.
we're back. And we're just going to continue, gang. We're talking about getting. Oh, that's okay. We'll finish this. We were talking about getting. Jonathan Lewis, DJ Tutor, did a video talking about Facebook Live, how to get quality sound with that. We are doing Facebook Live where we're running it through our system, and we're running it into the computer. I'm capturing a Zoom broadcast, and then that's going up through Wirecast, the professional version of Wirecast, which is one of the few that are the early version of Wirecast, which allow you to go to a Facebook stream and a YouTube stream. The 2 weeks after I put this version on the iMac, I put it on my laptop. My laptop will allow me to do Facebook or YouTube. It will not allow both. That's because of Facebook. Okay, back to the phone. Most of you can only do Facebook by a phone, but to get good quality audio, you need to have that phone this is a tip ring sleeve. The end two are your audio. Those are the audio that would be for your left and your right for your earbuds. The third is your ground, and the fourth right up here is the microphone. And you need to have this little cool little cable, a Rode cable. I think it's an SC4, I believe it's something S something 4. And what that does is it converts an audio, a typical 1/8-inch jack, which would be the tip ring sleeve. It converts that to only using the ground and the mic, so you're able to bring the audio signal in. But that's that cable, and you have to have a specific one for phone to do that. Now, MJ, you were just saying that DSLRs are the opposite way.
Yeah, it's really funny because right now that a lot of the people who are using like the GoPros and stuff will get an adapter that'll go 1/8 inch down to the micro USB. Sorry, there's so many letters nowadays, and you have to watch sometimes because certain mics that were designed to work on a phone will not work on a DSLR or reverse. And I've learned that from buying too many things. And that's why John got me a hold of these last year, and they're iRing Lava mics, and what they're really cool lab mics or whatever you want to call them is that they are designed for phones specifically. I just hit my mic there, but they have a section in there where you can plug two in, so that you can have two mics running at the same time on the phone. So that way that if you were doing a live feed, you could have two microphones. But again, it's designed, specially set up so that it's only picking up the certain things.
Now on
There's
that,
a lot of options, and these aren't real expensive either. So
MJ, on that, hold that up again. There was a switch on that little block that allowed you to turn and use that for headphones.
Yeah, that's the thing with this is I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the other one real quick while we're doing this because it's designed so that you can do two. So I'm gonna have this here. I plug this second one into here, okay, and then I would go into the phone like that. So now I have two microphones that's going to be picked up by the phone, and then you can take this one that has the open cord, flip the switch, and now you can have headphones to listen and do a sound check of what the mics are picking up. That's how far some of these things have gotten. But you can make a live feed sound really good with just a little bit extra. And like I said, these kind of things are not expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
Make the effort. If you want to do live stuff, like you see different stuff that John and I do and all of us doing our broadcast and me with the green screen and stuff, take a little bit extra and you really can make stuff look really professional for without buying, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of equipment. Did I explain that right?
Yeah, you did good. So it was a little bit of a detour, but that's okay. There was some good stuff.
A how-to video on these. So they sent me these, and I still have not done a live.
Yeah,
video.
you should. You should do that.
Yeah.
If there would only be this little show that does these little 30-second product introduction things, we should have one of those.
Yeah, I was busy with that today too. So
yeah, well that'll be our almost bridge to that topic. But we're going to talk heat and gear.
Heat. And
this, Dan, you had an outdoor event?
Yeah, well, sort of. It was a barn event. A venue, let me phrase that. I should even clarify even farther. It was a venue that built it with the idea that it was going to look like a barn because that's the hot thing now. No pun intended.
Was there Wi-Fi?
No. This is the place I was talking about last week. No Wi-Fi, no cell signal. Like, could have died and nobody would have found me for days. I mean, it's not like it's even that far out. It's just a valley issue, and yeah, it was bad.
Kind of reminds me of the DJ Mafia or what did we call that one time?
Oh, the Amish Mafia. Yeah, you're gonna come out there and use an NS7 III to break your kneecaps or something. Wasn't that it?
Too long. I'm sorry, I derailed. Go ahead.
So heat, Dan, you were concerned about laptop. You were mentioning.
Well, basically, the way it ended up was about 90-degree day, being inside this venue, no circulation really was happening. I mean, they had doors open and some cross breeze was happening from time to time. Had a fan blowing on me / my laptop the entire night. 3 hours, 4 hours into the event, out of nowhere, of course, it happened when I stepped away from my system, stepped away, and all of a sudden it just stopped. Like my computer was still running, the timer was still showing and everything else, but nothing was playing. Like it stopped. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, that you have your backups ready to go. I had my iPad ready. I was able to play on that. So I knew the issue wasn't my MC6000. Restarted Virtual DJ, brought it back up. I'm like, oh, it's working now. Froze on me again. Same issue, same thing. Grabbed my other laptop, put it on, and got through the night. My laptop didn't even feel hot, but it's the only thing that I can figure out worked because I tried to test today and nothing happened.
Interesting. Was it humid?
Was it humid? It was. Yeah, I mean, it was somewhat sticky. It wasn't terrible bad. I mean, it wasn't quite the same. It was just no air was flowing. That was cool. Like, so even with the fan blowing straight on me, it was still blowing 90-degree heat right at it.
Yeah.
So,
I keep a little mini fan in my bag, my DJ bag, everywhere I go. It's something about this one. Always with me just in case. And this is the one thing I have to add to this, then you can go on. On my laptop, I don't know if you're even going to be able to see these. They're little rubber feet stickers, about that big. I have them on my laptop, so no matter where it's at, you're getting extra height to get to breathe. So if you're using some sort of computer stand, you're going to get some breathing air. But if you use a slide out tray, it's going to be on that sound dampening carpet, and it's going to keep air from flowing. So get something like this. Just put 4 of them on the bottom. It raises it up off of that carpet and lets it breathe. So every little bit helps. So that's my little input for you.
I like that tip. I'm writing that one down.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for years because my laptop is an i7, so it runs hot a lot. So,
yeah, a lot of processor there. This past weekend, not that I was gigging, but I had an issue with the cell phone. This is the first time, because I always thought on these hot days, my backup is going to be, I have laptop main, backup is going to be the iPad or the cell phone. Both of them are set up with my library of music and such. Well, what ended up happening is we were getting ready to leave the campground because I took the kids camping this weekend, and it was at 51%. So I plugged it in. The truck was in the shade at the time so I put it up on the dash, didn't think too much of it. We backed up to the trailer and hooked up the trailer, and then we went over to the dump station. So it was probably 15 minutes that the phone was on the dash in the sunlight, but it was an air-conditioned vehicle. Picked up the phone as we were leaving, and it said that the phone basically was inactive because it was too hot and it had to cool off before it could be accessed. Well, I plugged it in and it was charging to charge because it was at 51%. So I just, okay, well, whatever. I just put it over out of the sun on this seat with an air conditioning vent blowing on it. Checked it 10 minutes later, still was saying that. 15 minutes later, so then I cycled it in and turned it off and turned it back on. Then it finally came on. But the battery at that time was showing 11% charge. So it had gone down in that half hour from 51% down to 11%. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. So I went and
Got an app stuck. Go ahead.
yeah, I thought that might have been the case. So I talked to my boys and they were looking at it, and basically it was a thermal shutdown at that point in time. So I called Apple and found out a few things. And what ended up happening was it was a thermal shutdown, as Buttery's talking about here. But what it will do is that if it's plugged into charge and it's overheating, which sometimes when it's charging it can overheat, the phone is designed to basically drain the battery. That's the way Apple has designed their phone. The interesting thing is that when it does that, it's basically kind of like killing the battery, and unfortunately, that's how it works. And he said that's just the way it is. And he said that if that would have been on there for a longer period of time and drained it all the way down to zero and stayed that way for a period of time, it would have taken months off that battery. It's kind of like smoking. It takes off years off your life. That's how he described it as. He said there's two things with, again, this is from the Apple Tech. There's two things with the phone is that when it hits 100% charge, he recommended that it be unplugged because after it's on 100% charge for a couple of hours, the phone will actually start to heat. And it's it's doing that thing, but not to the level of losing its charge, but it's getting hot and it's putting more stress on that battery, which will again reduce its life. So his recommendation was never to leave it charge overnight because you're not there to unplug it. You're better off to charge it up to 60% or 70%, get through the night, and then when you wake up in the morning, plug it in again and then charge it before going to work, kind of a thing. Because I didn't realize that leaving it plugged in at 100% is going to shorten the life of the battery. So then I asked him, okay, do we discharge it all the way? Because, that was a thing at one time, is did that. And he goes, no, you don't have to worry about that. You keep it between, but you don't overcharge it and you aren't charging it when it's too hot, were the two biggest things. So there you go. That's what happened. And I'm not sure. You get a hot day, will the phone freak out on me again? Was it because it was charging and it got so hot? I don't know. I'm a little concerned about that because I've got a couple of outdoor weddings coming up this summer and they're going to be hot, I'm sure.
I will say, don't leave it in the sun. I saw that actually a year or two ago. We were only outside 5-10 minutes and it was sitting on concrete. And so, and again, it wasn't my phone. It was somebody else's, but it was the first I'd ever experienced that. And, I was just like, wow, just to know that happened in such a short time. Yeah,
exactly. If it was 20 minutes, I hooked the trailer up, pulled out, dump station, and washed my hands, and out we went. And it wasn't a half hour.
So did you actually say a little bit ago that you backed it up and dumped it? Is that...
He did.
Backed it up.
You did the dump. You backed it up at the dump. You backed it up.
Backed up. Yeah, you back up a travel trailer to the dump station, and you're doing a different type of backing it up and dumping it. I'm doing the one that's the stinky version. I guess the other one could be stinky too. I'm doing. Okay, let's not go there.
Wow, we've derailed. Lovely. But yeah, I'll tell anybody, we'll finish this off quick. Protect your equipment in whatever way you can. Ian there, he said on his slide out case, he actually cut a hole and put a computer fan under there because it does not take much to lose a laptop or even a hard drive. And even if you have backups, that's great. But it still inconveniences you. So.
For sure. Yep. There's always that little glitch with your show. So that was my lesson for today.
Good lesson.
Okay. Let's see. Next topic was, are we up to Virtual DJ 8?
Are we?
Sure.
I'm not playing. I'm not playing the at home game today.
Yeah, I
so.
don't think. I think. Yeah, let's talk about Virtual DJ 8 and in that game, and then we can wrap it up here.
All right, cool. I came across this today. I'm a virtual user, and I know a lot of people aren't, and I don't care if you hate me, whatever. I really don't. I've had people walk up to me in clubs.
Don't hate me because my software is pretty.
No, because I've had people come up to clubs and say something because I use virtual, and then I'll scratch and do something, and then they'll go, "Oh, okay, I didn't think you could do that."
I'm Serato. I don't hate virtual DJ people. I don't hate people with USB.
I watched a guy in a DJ battle one time put a sample in his scratch routine about I don't use virtual DJ. I'm not kidding. It was the saddest thing. Only like 2 people picked it up, and we both laughed at him. But anyways, I bring this up because last week we talked about a lot of the softwares coming with their own streaming services and stuff like that, and which I think is kind of decent and cool. But Virtual DJ 8.2 just came out, and they added something new that I really think is going to be added into other programs. I really think this was forward thinking for them, and it's called Ask the DJ. Did I say Ask the DJ?
Yep.
And Dan and I are going to demonstrate it right now. Okay, I'm going to go to a split screen here.
We get to be the audience. Ooh.
Right, so am I sharing yet?
No, not yet. Okay.
Is it shared?
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Yep. We
Okay,
see.
basically, Ask the DJ now has a thing that if you go to, and I'm not going to tell anybody what my thing is,
Okay.
but it's basically if someone wanted to use this, let's say my virtual DJ handle was DJ Michael, okay?
Okay.
You would type in to any browser ask.the.dj/DJ Michael. And it would take you to a screen. And Dan, do you have the screen up?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the share, and now you share what that screen looks. Oh no, we can't because you're gonna see mine. Crapalicious.
Do you want
Anyway,
me to share just that little window or what?
Hang on.
you do it because I actually have a I totally forgot because I really don't want to give mine out because I don't want people sending me these requests. What it's intended for is live requests. So
So I can request a song to you? Is that what you're saying?
anybody who has that attachment, that line, can go and request stuff to the DJ. And if your computer is online and you're running Virtual DJ 8.2, you can request something for the DJ for him to play. This is what it looks like. Hold on, I'm switching screens here. Sorry, I'm doing 12.
Yeah, that's okay.
And it looks like this. All right, so in the top up here, you would put your name if you want, and then you put your request here and press send, okay? And Dan is going to do the press send. I told him the song I want to request, and we're going to go back to my screen.
Yeah, how does that work? Is it really a request and you tell them what to ask for?
Well, I want to do it because I want to show the
It's
fact.
like a demand, John.
Yeah,
That's where
exactly. It's like, okay, yeah, you can come up and make a request, but here's the song you've got to
But here's
request.
the song you're going to request.
I'm giving him more chance than anybody who walks up to me and asks for a request expecting to get it played.
Well, I'm confused. Are people bringing their laptops to the club? Like, I don't understand that.
You
Oh,
can
your
do
phone. Is
or
there an
anything.
app?
You can do anything. Well, you just go to the website, ask.the.dj/ and whatever you're
So are you going to give this out at...
I'm not, but it can't. This is the idea that this could be done at an event or a wedding to be able to give them that address and they could send requests to you. And I'm going to show you, he's going to go on his side. He has my link and he's going to send me a request. I'm going to show you how it populates.
Yeah, that's
as
what
if I'm DJing live.
That's what I want to say.
Back-
I mean, the nice thing is, if you really wanted to go with this, you would just create your own web address, so you didn't have them typing in ask the.
The idea that this feeds immediately to your virtual DJ thing, it totally bypasses everything, and I want to show you. So we're going to go to your
It
screen.
goes to your software is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the virtual DJ 8.2 here, and if you can
Yeah.
see, I don't know how
I
big
see it right there. Ask the DJ.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I see it.
I asked Dan to put in OUI because I
Well,
want to
don't tell us. We want to see it pop up. Don't tell us. the song.
pop up. Go ahead. So Dan, go ahead.
Well, hang on a second. When you did that, now I can't get access to my own backdrop.
Excuse me. Oh, you're running a single screen, aren't you?
Oh, Dan, you've got to go to the top and click on exit full screen.
There we go. I'm good now. All right. When he shared it, that's when it did it. Okay, I'm good.
All right, so go ahead and type that in. I'll show you it populate.
I did. You ready?
Yep. Should pop up any second here. There. Do you see it pop up?
Wow.
That quick it came to mind. Okay, so it's there. It says MJ Likes Country. That's who it's from because he filled MJ Likes Country in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave the time, but right now, because I still have it on 24-hour time, it was 11:07 Eastern time. So it tells you when the request came in. So now I'm going to either double click on it or put look up. Now look up brings a bunch of them. You see how a bunch are populated?
So is that going into your database to look up, or is it just going in? That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm going to explain to you. These two right here,
Yeah.
that one there, and that one there are in my computer.
Okay.
Okay. The rest of these are things that were looked up on the virtual DJ. I just blanked on what their service is.
Content Unlimited.
Content Unlimited. So let's say I don't have the right mix per se.
Right.
And let's say I had subscribed to Content Unlimited, then immediately, because they sent the request, I clicked on it. I can take that, drag it up there. See, it's telling me I haven't subscribed.
Right.
It would immediately populate it, and I can immediately play it.
Okay. So my question is, somebody types in, to MJ Likes Country, and they say,
You don't have to put a name on there. You can put.
well, okay, whatever, and they put the Running Man song.
See if it comes up here. Hold on.
Because we all know people don't know names of songs. We've all had them come up to us and say the wrong names and stuff like that.
Okay. It does not come up with.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't,
Right.
it's like us. Like it'll read it like the way we would read it.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, look at the screen he's got right here. This is showing what comes from them before he looks it up. So you would see the
He's
same.
getting their request. Like it's
You
like
would
them
get-
talking to me. Yeah.
Exactly.
It also gives you the option that if you have it, like let's say, like I said, the two green here, I have it, one video, one audio.
Right.
I would take that up there and immediately I'm going to turn the volume down so it doesn't do the volume. Is that the video? Yeah, that's the video, I think.
It's a video. Yeah.
Because I have this special dance video I run.
Yeah.
And immediately I'll be playing it that quick from a request from anybody in the room or anywhere that's sending it. And I'm guessing there's limits to it and stuff like that. But like I said, I think it's kind of cool.
It's cool.
I'm not saying I would use it, but to think about something like that given away free to people who might have parties or weddings or private events where they would widely open that up to their audience to, instead of coming up and shoving a phone in your face and saying, play this song, you now have this option if you want.
Yeah, or doing like text live or anything. This is coming straight to you, the DJ, so you don't have to be looking somewhere else or looking on a piece of paper or the little napkin that they wrote on and scribble because they're drunk and
I used to DJ at a place that the DJ booth was way away from the dance floor, and they used to go to the bar, get two plastic, drinking cups, write the request on a napkin, put it between the two cups, and throw it back to me. It's work. I'm okay with that. But like I said, this is something here new. Like I said, all the services, if you're looking at all the hardware services, virtual or Serato or Tractor, they're all offering that new streaming thing, and it's even growing. Like we talked before, we don't know whether the average person would want to continue on downloading songs or just using them in a stream or a combination of both. But this here, to me, with doing the thing to number one, where you can just go and look up a song if you don't have it or a different version or whatever, but a person can immediately type to you. You don't use a separate program. You don't go anywhere. You don't even have to look up. You see something populated in there and it's there. I can go back in and delete them. And also, after you delete them, they can stay there for 12 hours if you want to leave them to look at another time.
Yeah.
I think one of the great things about this, I mean, this is the fact that they're even offering this, because I know even I think Atlantic City, or maybe it was last year, or the year before, there's some groups that are doing this, but they're charging a lot. Like, it was one of those things where I'm looking at it, and when I went up and I talked to them, I'm like, oh, this might be kind of cool to add for my school dances and whatnot. And then I'm like, looked at the price and I went, no, I don't do enough school dances. Like, if that was my thing, maybe this would be a great option to throw in. And just so regardless of what software you want to use, you have that running and still have the other one what you're playing off of.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really that big of an issue for you for whatever, if you really care.
But I just thought it was neat. Like I said, I don't doubt that I would ever use it, but maybe if I did a private party, maybe if I was doing stuff with a friend or something, I might do that just to, like I said, it gets me the option so where I don't have to keep looking up or listening to someone. I can focus on my mixing. I can focus on keeping the vibe moving, keeping the dance floor moving, to where I just look down, scroll through a list of songs that somebody requested, maybe go, never thought of that, bang, let's go. Because I don't look at requests as being, I'm going to play them. I look at them as a very light suggestion.
No, I mean, it's true. There's suggestions there that you don't know if that's going to pack your dance floor or not, because one person, wants, sweatshirt. Is that what
Oh no, not again.
I won't play it, but I don't know.
Thank you.
I honestly looked that up.
Sorry, Dan.
I think I looked that up today, and it didn't come up in the virtual thing. I had it in mine, but I don't.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan hates
Somebody
Okay.
did a Teen Dance video recap, and they said they had somebody asked for it like 5 times, and they put it
Sweatshirt.
and it was like,
Yeah, it's not in Virtual's library, but it is in mine. So oops.
no.
We're playing guitar riff trivia here.
Can you name that song in 2 notes? You can play the music video. That'll be enough. So now Dan will have it going through his head.
I know that'll be enough for Dan.
That was all. I thought it was a neat thing that
I think it's really cool.
they're moving in a direction. And as much as people want to keep things absolutely pure in the world when it comes to DJing, the purists and stuff like that, things are going to change. And like I said, I thought this was interesting. Not sure if I would ever use it, but to have something given to you free, like you said, some of the other ones are paid and they're a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That was all. Just something cool to look at.
Cool.
No, I think that's a great. I mean, if Serato did that, I would like that for certain events. When I do like the smaller like house parties for their 40th birthday party of the drunken adults, that I would be like, instead of just coming up to me, they could just request songs that way. That'd be great for something like that.
And a couple people mentioned about tagging songs. As it goes within your library, within your computer, that would have to be depending on how well you tag things. I'm really big on tagging on a lot of levels. So if I wanted to go search for something that was in the 2000s that was R&B or pop remix, it's going to say pop remix, whatever. But how far the Virtual DJs Content Unlimited is tagged to where you could be vague and search for R&B between this year and this year, or BPM between this year and this year, I have no idea. But for the request, like I said, it's an idea for it to drop in there and go play some Journey, and that that would give you an option. Then go look at a bunch of different Journey. If somebody says play rock, even something that vague, it gives it's an option.
Right. No, I think it's great. I mean, I definitely I don't use Virtual DJ, but I'm a little jealous now of it, that's something, whether I want to use it or not, I like having the option that it's there.
I have no doubt, just like all the other ones, like all of them now are using the possible streaming services that you can't want. I'm sure something like this is going to come down the pike for other ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Or it could even fail. I don't know. It could fail terribly.
Is there any return send?
No.
Okay.
The other thing I worry about is that you're going to get haters and go, the other request is play "You Suck,"
Yeah,
you're gonna get stuff that's
But the other thing is, if it's a hot chick, she could go, "Hey, I'm the girl in the red dress. I think you're cute," or whatever.
Oh yeah, they'll send you little messages.
I wouldn't get that, but I'm sure somebody out there would get that.
My question is, because it looks like it's the same URL, so you could have that hater sending you requests.
That's what I looked into today.
Constantly.
I dug in there a
just
little.
like all night, just to be that person.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm just gonna keep
and then
doing.
When you start
this.
up Virtual DJ, the next time all of a sudden you've got 50 different requests for "You suck, you suck."
The one thing, and this is probably what I would encourage, especially if you're going to use this for a for a special event or for a private type event, is create the URL.
I just clicked on your request, Running Man. I must not have done it right, and it brought up my boo.
It did bring. Okay, see, that's what I'm.
Bring it up. I'm so sorry.
Is it your version of my boo that you tagged at Running Man, or this one? I just want to see if stuff like that. Somebody asked for. I can't think of another song that people call the wrong name.
I don't think it's mine. We'll find out if I drag it up here in a second.
Okay.
Because I know I have it in there, but I don't know if it's in the folder that I'm using as the random. Because this isn't my this is from their subscription service.
Awesome.
Oh, you have Running Man
It's
Challenge
under the
song.
remix.
Running Man Challenge song.
It did populate it from there. So that is crazy now to even think about that.
Wow.
Like if somebody says we want the Nene song, you know.
Yeah. That's so interesting. I totally missed that.
I mean, that's great that they're thinking like that, how people just
that comes back to the tagging, like they said, that it may be in your thing that someone goes, we have to tag this the Running Man Challenge because that's 90% of the people are going to call it that. So that's it.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes, Ian, you get 5 bonus points tonight.
Dave told me to try the birthday song, so I'm going to try the birthday song.
Like birthday song meaning like happy birthday, or birthday song like Rihanna, or what are we talking birthday song? Oh, 50. Okay. You got it. See, my head was somewhere else, David. I was going through all the other birthday songs.
It does bring up 2. So Dave, the birthday song brings up 2.
It's not bringing up in the club.
No, that would be in the club, but it does bring up. It brings up 2 options. An HD video and a single. So
of who?
In their library. Crap! I just shut it down.
Yeah,
I just wanted to know like who it was. If it was like hip hop, or if it was, like a Bobby Morgenstein novelty birthday song. And I'm going to talk over that right now, so we don't really hear anything that's happening.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like anything that we've
It's a Rocky happy birthday. You can tell it's a video, and he's about ready to drop into it.
Okay.
The version I always play, it actually has people singing, so it helps people stay on key. It's not just the music; people are actually singing with it, so that when it starts, they have someone to sing along with. So.
Does it go on the count of 3?
Ready?
1.
No, I think it starts with the ding on the piano.
And then it goes silent when you say the name. Happy birthday to.
I think it goes happy birthday. It says it twice.
Yeah.
How did we get to that? Sorry.
Well, we can't wait.
Anyways, no, that's fine. We're just talking about technology because, 15, 20 years ago when we're dragging around CDs or records, this sort of thing if you would have told us this was optional, I don't think we would have said, yeah, it'll happen someday. I probably would have been like, whatever, that ain't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a cool feature. I definitely would just try it sometime. Like if I had it, I definitely would do a trial on like a small event just to do it and see how it works.
Because that Fire text thing, didn't it allow you to filter and
Yeah. A lot of those. Yeah. We did text to live text or text to live or something. We did that too. We used to do that for like 2 years at our events. We did that as well.
Yeah. So anyways, that was it.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Very neat.
Very cool.
Oh, I think that puts us. We've been on for about 45 minutes. Dan's past his bedtime now.
John's been on for 17 hours.
Well, this isn't too bad. This week won't be too bad. It's only going to be the 4 hours this week. Next week will be a 5 or 6 hour week because we've got a couple of extra shows that'll be going on. So it will be
John,
fun.
did you survive the RV trip? Was that last week?
That was this past weekend. Yeah, we got back.
The pizza trip, you mean? Yes. The pizza camping trip, Dan.
Right back to
Oh, okay.
Someone asked about virtual DJ having a free trial. It has a so many day free trial. So you can, because a friend of mine actually wanted to do that for karaoke. He wanted to use it for karaoke. So you can download it. And I can't remember. It's like 20 days free trial or something like that. That's why I use it. Everybody dogs on virtual DJ. I do it because the one program lets me do everything. I can do videos. I can do karaoke. I can put effects. When I do videos, this is one of the biggest things that one club absolutely would not allow us to get on the mic and wish happy birthdays. It was an absolute not. But using virtual, I can do text on the screen. So as I'm doing videos, as I'm DJing, I then put text up, happy birthday so-and-so. And in the bottom corner, it has both the club's logo and my logo. So now they're taking pictures in front of this that says happy birthday, Cindy. And it's getting promotion for both the club and me in their pictures that they're posting in live streaming that you guys hate because you're old, and they're just.
I didn't say I hated it. I said that at certain times it's inappropriate and appropriate. I never said I hated it.
Okay.
See, in your type of event, it makes sense.
Right. And like
That's
I said,
the
I
difference.
agree with her 100%. The private events, it's again, whoever's paying you, they're the boss. So you better.
Right. I mean, if it's a guest live streaming because of family, all for it. I mean, I'm all for it. If it's the DJ live streaming without consulting their client, that's another story for me.
Yeah, I agree.
You did see what they asked about the swag, about the points?
Yes,
John?
yes. Ian was asking about that. Hey, we're actually getting a couple more things. If you guys have heard about the check that DJ NTV Insider out. We've got.
Yeah, why don't you tell them on live about it?
Yeah, we've got, of course, the DJN Insider area. What that basically is an area where you guys can kind of partner up with us to help us create the content and different things. Because a lot of the things, the software and computers and different things that we use, there's a lot of expense to the things that we do. So we put that together because there's a lot of people have asked, they love what we do, and they're like, hey, how can I get involved? How can I help you guys out? And this is why we put it together. For those who do become insiders, we have a membership, a Facebook group that is one that I share some things that isn't shared anywhere else because it's generally higher end information that wouldn't be. I wouldn't put it on the main stuff because most people there really wouldn't care. But those people who are serious about their business, they find that kind of information. So this past week we talked about Facebook and millennials and YouTube and a couple of other things in that room. We also have swag for those we've got the jackets, we've got the shirts, we're getting those printed up. And the last one was a cinch sack, a very high-end cinch sack that we're getting those printed up that have the DJ NTV Insider that are pretty cool. If you've seen me at a DJ convention the last year and a half, I've been using that because I can throw different things in the back and it keeps them out of my way, and it's a very durable little bag. So anyway, so you guys can check that out. Go to djntv.com/insider. There's a link there. You can click on that and it'll get you there. So. Cool stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, the only other thing I was thinking about we could talk about, but we're getting kind of to the end, and I don't know if I want to go on a downer note. We're talking about what we'd do if all of a sudden you heard gunshots at a club, but
yeah,
that's kind of a downer note. So
if you ever do that, I have a friend here in Pittsburgh that has happened at, so he can.
Let's put this for a future.
It's happened. I mean, I hate to say it because Chicago gets a bad rap, but it's happened here for me too.
You were in the club when it happened?
I was in the club when it happened.
Crazy.
Let's Shani, tell the story, and then we're not going to give a lot of what we would do, and we're not going to dig it, but just
make them tune in next time for it.
Well, she's not going to be here next week.
Yeah,
that's
I'll
why.
be corporate, so they'll have to keep tuning in just to see when I'm going to show up again.
So who's going to be our token chick next week? No, I'm kidding.
We've been interviewing people, but the problem is that they don't have the charming personality that Shani brings to the table.
They don't turn knobs.
They don't turn knobs.
You can have your ducks turn your knobs for the next couple weeks.
I do. Yeah. I know. I got to take care of the ducks.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it happened to me. It's scary, and I love all the people that say, "Well, if it happened to me, I would." Guys, I mean, everybody can say those stories that let's even talk like if somebody tells a horror story about a DJ party that this equipment broke down or this, and people always say, well, if that happened to me, I would have done this.
Yeah.
You're so in the moment. I mean, my whole thing is, and I don't want to get into the political things and this and that. I have a gun license. I even carry, concealed carry. I don't do it when I'm in the club, which now I probably should because of Chicago. But so I'm around guns, and I don't have a fear of guns because I own them myself. But when you're in that moment and you're in a DJ booth and it's just not in your head that could happen. And it does. And it's sad and it's scary. And the only thing that's going through your head is I need to make this, I need to stay alive, and I need to do whatever I have to do to stay alive. And it sucks. And, people are already doing the conspiracy theories with Orlando that it's not the full story. It's this, it's that. And, just like with Prince, they were doing that. And now it's coming out with that he wasn't the only shooter and there were more shooters. And that's why you don't see Facebook Live or you don't see any videos or pictures. And why aren't there more social media posts about people that were in the club? Like we were just saying, wherever people are, they're doing Facebook Live. Why is there nothing Facebook Live from there? So those conspiracy theories, but it's a very scary situation. And as much as people are saying that if it happened to me, I would do this, I would do this, I would do this. You can't say any of that till it happens to you.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, and yeah, did I go back into the clubs and DJ? Yeah, but I took a couple weeks off from doing it. I did. I had to. Did the police get the guy? Yeah, but 2 people died. They, the reason why the guy, it was an urban spot and it was a fight about some stupidity. The guy came back in the club with a gun, and I don't know how he got the gun in, but he got the gun in and opened fire.
Crazy.
And I'm not, and to end, I mean, I hate to end the kind of like, the only thing I thought about was my laptop, like I'm hiding and I'm like, that's $3,500, and I'm like, can I reach up and get it? And just, I don't care if I unplug everything. I'll take it to Apple if I have to and get a new hard drive. It's like you try to, think, like if the state says you have 5 minutes to get out of your house because of a tornado and this and that, it's like you think about those things like, what can I grab? And it's sad, like the DJs, as much as they want to grab family stuff, I know a lot of DJs are thinking about, I'm going to grab my laptop, I'm going to grab my hard drive, so I'm going to grab this stuff. Okay, I'll grab a family picture. But it's like, those are the things we think about. And I was like, as much as I was praying for my life, I was like, if I could just grab that laptop and just bring it down and just hold it down here. Like,
understandable.
Yeah. But it's a scary situation. And, I would go to the back door. Yeah. Well, I knew where the back door was and I know where the exits were in that club. But until you're in that situation, because there's a madman with a gun. Yeah. Was I trying to count bullets? And no, yes. But I don't know what else he has on him. And also I'm a martial artist. So do I know how to defend myself if he was coming at me with a knife or something? I do, but I'm not Superman, and I'm not going to try to put myself in that position. I'm trying to save myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never met you in person, and I'm afraid to be. Wait, actually, no, I'm not.
Is it because I turn knobs?
No, never mind.
That doesn't scare him. We know that.
David Kervin talked about situational awareness. And I think that's probably the biggest thing.
It's huge.
That's huge.
From a person who is, I understand, like I said, Dave and I know each other, and he knows me. I'm a person that I'm constantly alert to everything. John knows me. He's met me. There isn't jack that goes on around me that I don't see. And like Dave said, it's both good and bad.
Yeah.
So,
you definitely need to know your surroundings. And and I'm not going to try to bring this up, but like I had a very bad incident at Mobile Beat when I was on stage, and I was more upset about the situation because of what happened with it, because I did want to attack the person that came at me because I can, but I was trying to stay professional. But I never thought something like that would happen with me on stage emceeing something that somebody would come at me. But it's like, no matter what, even at a wedding, you just have to be, we make sure those drunk people stay away from our equipment. It's the same. I don't want to compare it to the same thing, but it's the awareness when we're at events. You just always have to be careful about what's going on at your event. Hey, these people are arguing over here. Is it going to become a fist fight at my event? Am I going to have to now figure out, am I the DJ now? And I'm going to have to referee that. I don't want to say it's the same thing, but that awareness is something that we always have to have.
That's when you start playing the theme to Barney.
I was going to Benny Hill. You do the Benny Hill one.
You
love me.
Anyway, sorry. I'm just trying to lift it on a positive.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
Experience that. We definitely want to touch that again later when you're able to.
Yeah, when I'm back, we'll go into it further and everything.
So next week we'll be back Monday night. Shani won't be with us. She's going to be in Kansas City.
Yeah, I'll be in Kansas City, and then from there I go to Detroit. I do a 24-hour trip. Kansas City, take the last flight out, flying to Detroit to get maybe 2 hours sleep before we set up for that corporate event. And then I come back here to Chicago, do one more here, so it's 3 days of nonstop sleep. And then I get to pass out when I get back home. And then, of course, get ready for the weekend events. And then I leave again and I go to Minneapolis for corporate.
Busy time. Busy time.
Air day, I'm hustling. Air day, I'm hustling.
Great. Good. Well, thank you guys for being on tonight, and thank you guys out there for watching. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you the thumbs up. MJ didn't get his thumbs down yet on the video, so he's pretty happy about that. So thank you for.
What's the thumbs down? Come talk to me. I want to know why.
We just want to know.
Yeah.
Let's go outside. Let's take care of this.
Bum rush my DJ booth if you want.
Send me a request. I don't know.
Send him requests. Just send him weird requests in another language. Just start sending them in different languages.
Private message me. I'll give you the address. We got it taken care of.
I will pimp slap your mother if you do that.
Good stuff. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you next. Well, tomorrow night we've got our Tuesday night music chat starting at 9 p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. We'll catch you there if you want to talk music with Brian Red and myself. Otherwise, next Monday night, the guys and I will be back. And I hate to say it, I do have a guest that'll be sitting in with us.
Dan and I just made the same face.
Yeah, but it won't be as awesome as Shaney.
Is it gonna be Daisy Duck?
It might be. If she hangs around my house, she's going to be a squatter. She's going to live here with her Wu-Tang clan. I named the babies Wu-Tang clan, Daisy, Donald, and Wu-Tang.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry.
There could be a special guest appearance. So tonight's show is all about Shaney's new guest.
I'll bring the roasting pan.
Once again, everyone, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great week. We'll see you next week. Good night.